Okie dokie. In this problem, they say determine which statement matches these graphs. And so the main goal is really just identifying, are we given graphs of sine or cosine on each graph? It might help to understand a little bit about the basics of sine and cosine. So like the basic graph of sine of x from 0 to 2 pi. So from 0 to 2 pi looks like this. It starts at 0. It starts at 0, 0. And it'll cross the x-axis every multiple of pi. 1 pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, 4 pi, 5 pi, and so on. It'll cross the x-axis, or it'll be equal to 0 at every multiple of pi. Now, for cosine of x, it starts at 1 when x equals 0, and it'll cross the x-axis at every half pi, or like if you start at pi over 2, it'll go up every multiple of pi after that, if that makes sense. So it's like you add on, I don't know, it's like every like random pi over 2 that's not a whole number, if that makes sense. So it's pi over 2, 3 pi over 2, 5 pi over 2, 7 pi over 2, and so on, like that. So just with the x-intercept thing in mind, if sine of x is crossing the x-axis every whole number of pi, we have 4 pi, 5 pi, 6 pi where this function is crossing. Now on graph 2, half pi, half pi, half pi, it's 11 pi over 2, 13 pi over 2, 15 pi over 2. It's not whole numbers like graph 1 is. So graph 1, intersecting at every whole number of pi, must be sine of x, while graph 2, intersecting at the non-whole numbers of pi, must be cosine of x. Hope that makes sense. Let's break out the eraser to see that D is our answer. And then let's keep it pushing. Let's do 2 more. All right. We have half pi's here, so that must be cosine. We have whole pi's here at the intersections, so that must be sine. Just like that. Cosine, sine, break out the eraser to see that B is our answer. Let's do 1 more. We got a glimpse at the answer, but let's prove it. Whole number, whole number, whole number of pi intersections, whole number, whole number, whole number of pi intersections. So these must both be sine of x. Break out the eraser to see that A is our answer. Hope that makes sense. If you have any questions on these, please let me know. Here's one more look at the sine and cosine graphs. Again, it's very, very useful to know these. All right.